XFL in that first. Never mind. We're already live. Fuck it.
Oh, no, I got it. We're good. Which space?
Like XFL, and then it's like runs together. The period looks weird because it's like it's attached to it.
Like this? This is the XFL again?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
All right.
I'll put a bunch of spaces in here. We're live. What's going on, guys? We're talking about the XFL. I don't know why, because for some reason, the XFL is back. Nearly 20 years after we had this experiment, the XFL is back, and today is the day. Vince McMahon in all his glory announced that they were going to bring the XFL back, and it's happening. But it's different this time, guys. It's not He Hate Me. It's not it's not fake WWE. It's a real football league, or so we have been told. But what's going on? I have two awesome people with me today. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Sports Wars, Gaming with Geeks, Park Hoppin', D-Day Cobra, probably a couple other random channels out there that we don't know about.
Probably. Hi, everyone.
He keeps other channels going, too, just because they hate him.
That's true. That's true.
I'm thinking about starting my own I Hate Jeremy channel just because
you might as well.
So good. I mean,
you might as well. Just like to give a early rest in peace to the Gray Order. I'm sorry it didn't. It died before it started. Really sorry about that, guys. Apologize for you guys being so fucking stupid that you can't really even build something before it dies. But that's what happens when you go against the Geeks and Gamers. So anyway, hi everyone. I am excited for the XFL. For a lot of reasons. I'm still not convinced it's going to work, but it's going to be fun as hell to watch them try. So that's about it. So
do we have a list of rules? Because some of the rules are different.
We do. We'll go over a little bit of that. We'll talk about the differences that they're doing in rules. I think that the big thing to take away from this is I think a lot of people think it's going to be like the XFL of old.
And it won't be.
And it's not. This is a much more serious endeavor. This is not supposed to be primarily like WWE entertainment based. It's supposed to be an alternative to the National Football League, kind of. They've heard the things that people don't necessarily like about the NFL. They don't like that there's so many commercials. They don't like there's so many time between plays. They don't like there's so many interruptions in their game. And they're trying to do things to make that a little bit better. But Jay, what are your initial thoughts or impressions about the XFL? Do you care about it? You're here with us today, so obviously you do.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it'll be entertaining. I'm curious to see. I think Andrew Luck's dad involved,
Oliver Luck,
and they actually brought in some other like football people to try to. I guess, like you said, to try to make it more professional than when it originally aired.
Yeah,
and It definitely be interesting. Also, I don't think there's any extra points in the XFL either.
There are no single extra points. You can do a normal 2-point conversion. You can do let's see. I think I actually have a list somewhere. There's a normal 2-point conversion. You can go from the 5-yard line.
Sir Ruin of House Roundhead's going to the first XFL game. He'll be there today. He told me about this.
Oh, so, wow.
That's pretty cool. So we're going to need some firsthand reporting from you when we go live. Because we may go live later tonight and discuss, maybe do a recap of the XFL, see how it turned out. But yeah, we're going to need some recaps from you, buddy. So I hope you have fun. Sorry, Ryan, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no problem. That's $1.99 from Saroon of House Roundhead. We're looking forward to it. Look at Teresa says, oh no, I'm just now learning the rules to normal American football. But yeah, so the extra point, it's going to be 1 point for like a normal 2-yard, like what a 2-point conversion would normally be. If you go back to the 5-yard line, you're going to get 2 points. If you go back to the 10-yard line and convert that, you will get 3 points. So you do have a potential, which can be pretty significant, to make up 9 points in a single play in the XFL.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm kind of torn because we do have an Orlando team, which everyone knows how much I love Orlando, but we also got a Birmingham team. So there's an Alabama team. We've got the Birmingham Thunderbolts and we got the Orlando Rage. I prefer,
Where is the Orlando Rage playing? What stadium are they playing?
Wait, are you
there you
talking?
go.
Wait, are you talking about XFL or are you talking about AFL?
Yeah, I think
Is that
that's
AFL? I
that's
googled it.
That's the now defunct
yeah.
Oh
AFL.
shit! See,
Yeah,
that's what
I was like.
No.
I thought the XFL has a Tampa team.
Yeah, that's true. So here are the teams for the XFL.
Right here. I'm reading it. Exciting news. The XFL is due to return in 2020 with 8 teams and a 10-game blah, 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 blah. Welcome to the home of the Orlando Rage, the XFL's premier team.
So here's the list of teams. Dallas Renegades, the DC Defenders, the Houston Roughnecks, the Los Angeles Wildcats, the New York Guardians, the St. Louis Battlehawks, the Seattle Dragons, and the Tampa Bay Vipers.
There's no XFL Orlando Rage?
No, there's not.
I'm literally reading it right here on a website that says XFL Orlando Rage. XFL is due to return in 2020. Wow.
I don't know where that website is from.
It's all XFL.com.
Yeah, you want me to share your screen, Drunk? You're on us right now. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, I was all fucked up, so
you sound like the Iowa caucus. Anyway, yeah, here are the teams here. I knew the Tampa Bay Vipers they're going to play at Raymond James Stadium. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So the reason I knew that the Orlando and the Birmingham one was over here because there's only one team that's not in a current NFL city, which is one thing that I found very strange. Damn, this whole XFL thing going.
I was looking for a reason to cheer by somebody for than Alabama in the state of Alabama. I guess I'll have to keep pulling for Florida teams.
But you should have gone to more AFL games. They're dead now.
Yeah, that's true. And is Trent Richardson going to make a comeback in this league too? He was in what was the one with Steve Spurrier coaching that lasted like 2 months? What league was that?
That's what the AFL.
Yeah, the AFL. Yeah. About. So that would like my cousin Tommy called me about that, and he was hyping it the fuck up, and I'm like, I don't fucking care about whatever league this is. He's like, dude, Trent Richardson's in there. I'm like, okay, is he gonna suck there too?
For those that don't know, AFL is arena. They played indoors.
No.
Are you serious? I messed up too?
Yes. So listen, there's the arena. There's the Arena Football League. There's the Arena Football League. But something that happened last year, either last year or the year before, it was after the XFL announced that they were going to come back. You had this other thing, the AAFL, which is like the Alliance of American Football League.
What's his name? Bill Polian was involved in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And they had 8 teams pop up, and everyone's like, oh, this is so cool. But in the end of the day, they had no money. They had zero money. No one was really going to the games. Here in San Diego, it was a big deal because, the Chargers had just left. So the AAFL was coming in. So it's not AFL, it's AAFL, the Alliance of American Football League.
Terrible name.
And by like week 3 or 4, they shut down the league because they ran out of money.
It was like my cousin. He's like he kept hyping up the AAF or whatever the fuck it's called.
Or AAF, there it is.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care about any of this. You know what I mean? And he's like, no, man, you got to watch it. It's because Spurrier's there. I'm like, what the fuck is Spurrier coaching there for? So I tuned in at it was like, what is Spurrier coach? Was it the Florida team? Was it the Orlando team I'm talking about now? The Orlando team or whatever? Yeah, I don't fucking know. Either way.
Yeah, so the Birmingham team was definitely that.
Okay, listen. So I tuned in at half because there was like a good game going on, and I watched it, and it was pretty fun. I was like, all right, this is pretty fucking cool. All right, I'm cool. All right, cool. Spurrier's here. Trent Richardson. The fucking league closed down right after that game. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So bad. So
now I don't think you have to worry about this with the XFL. And Zach just said in chat, XFL is a farm league. That is one of the things they do kind of want to do, is provide a space for players. There are a couple players who like got in trouble in college, and instead of like trying to go through the whole hassle of transferring or anything like that for eligibility reasons, they just went to the AAF. Or not the AAF, the XFL.
You can't get it straight either.
I know. Now I'm fucking confused. But no, so the XFL, they're not going to be lacking for money, right? Vince McMahon has a lot of money. The only thing will be how long will it take this thing to, if it goes downhill fast and no one's interested, he'll pull his money because you see there's no sense in trying to make a profit off this. But I think he wants to do this, and I think he's willing to let it go for a while.
3 years. He said, I think he's got up to $500 million he's willing to invest for up to 3 years to keep it afloat, which is the biggest problem with these startup leagues, is that they don't last. They don't have the funding to be sustainable long enough to actually get their feet underneath them, which is why they die so fucking quickly. But Vince, if I'm not mistaken, has committed to putting $500 million into this for over 3 years to sustain that, which we'll see what happens. One thing about Vince McMahon, I don't remember I remember the hype of the XFL. I don't remember watching the XFL. I remember being interested because it was Vince. I don't remember watching it. It was like 20 years ago. I don't remember ever watching an XFL game. I remember that the first XFL game had massive ratings because people were interested. But then as soon as they saw the football, they're like, never mind. But Vince McMahon is a legitimate genius. Like, this man is a business genius. I don't see him doing something again that failed miserably to fail miserably again. I think that this is going to be interesting.
You mean like pushing Roman Reigns?
I think the original, from what I remember, like they were hyping it up on the WWE channel so much, and they were saying that they hope that the players flirt with the cheerleader. Like it was all ridiculousness. Like we're gonna have cameras and microphones on the cheerleaders if the players want to talk to them after a touchdown or something.
Well, yeah, Vince would even there was one where Vince even had the cameraman. He's like, "I want you to go into the cheerleaders' dressing room right now." Yeah. It was fucking weird, man.
Yeah,
really weird.
All that stuff. So it would, I think,
and that's not what this is supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be a league where players do have a little more freedoms. They're going to let them wear cool things and stuff like the NFL doesn't let them do. You know, if someone wants to, wear some black shoes to honor Johnny Unitas, like Peyton Manning wanted to do, the XFL is not going to come in and tell them no. They're not the no fun league, but they're also not the explicitly fun league either. They are going to be professional, let players be players, but at the same time have rules that are more concerned with player safety, and also give the fans a legit football experience that they think might be more enjoyable than the NFL. So there's 2 games happening today. That is the Dragons versus the Defenders. So that's the Seattle Dragons and the DC Defenders. And then we also have the LA Wildcats versus the Houston Roughnecks. So it's gonna.
I pulled it now. I'm not confused anymore. I see the teams now. I like the Tampa Bay Vikings. I was gonna say the Vikings. I like the Vipers logo. I think that's actually a pretty cool logo. I could rock that. I like the Seattle Dragons. I think that's cool. The Dallas Renegades has a cool logo.
69 people watching. Smash the melee button.
Smash the melee.
We got 70 people watching about the XFL.
Hell yeah!
And we got a couple. We got a couple super chats here. We got RC from the NYC. What's up, brother? He says, "What's up, Sports Wars? Hope everything is well. Planning to go to the New York Guardians game tomorrow. Should be fun. Go Guard. Look at that." So we got
RC. Can you what are the tickets going for? Like, what does it cost to go see a game?
So they're supposed to be capped out, so a family of 4 can go for about $100. That's kind of what their pricing was looking at. Now, I'm sure if you're getting front row, I'm sure if you're front row 50-yard line, it's going to be more expensive. I'd have to imagine, but that's kind of what the goal was, to price things out so you could go get decent seats, family of 4 for $100. And
go ahead, get the mic.
And then Micah for a $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. I think the XFL has a chance now that the NFL is crapping on the fan between the team moves and the crappy PR moves by the players.
Interesting.
There you go. Well,
and thank you for the super chat, Micah. I mean, there is an opportunity. I think the NFL has done a good job of moving away from the political nonsense that was bogging them down a couple of years ago. Not completely, but they have moved away from that, which is it means it makes me a little more, it makes me happy that they moved away from that crap. But I don't. Is the XFL trying to compete with the NFL per se? I think the long game is for them to compete with the NFL, but I think the short game is for them to play nice with the NFL. You know what I mean?
It's got to be, because they're not coming on the same week. So it's kind of like saying, "Oh, are you sad that football's over? Well, we got it. Like, we got some dessert for you, like something like a little extra." So
Made by Kicks has a good point. Social media will help the XFL tremendously. That's something that we didn't have back 20 years ago when the XFL first launched. So yeah, I mean, I do think if there's a decent product on the field and there's some entertainment, then I definitely think that there's a potential that social media can help elevate the XFL. So that's a good point.
Yeah, especially, listen, every time there's a Monday Night Raw, every time there's a SmackDown, every time there's an AEW, it goes #1 trending on Twitter. Like, it just does. The WWE is incredibly good at promoting their stuff and getting people involved on social media. So I imagine the same people will be promoting XFL because there's obviously crossover there.
Where's your picture at, Jay?
Of what?
You're
You're
black.
a blank screen. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Popped up for a second. But we've got
black. We got diversity up in here.
Exactly. The Dark Council for real.
Exactly.
Ethan Johansson for $5. LA, Seattle, Houston, Dallas, DC. Any cities with XFL teams that don't have NFL teams, that's the moneymaker right there. There is one, and that would be St. Louis.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of the things that people were surprised about, that they attacked so many cities with existing NFL teams. And I think that goes to what you're saying, what you guys are both saying with them playing nice, because I think that they want, hey guys, your team's done, the playoffs are done, but there's still football in your city. Come do this, come watch this. And, I think one of the interesting things too is that the coaches that are associated with this. Are you guys aware of any of the coaches who are going to be?
Stoops is in there.
Exactly.
And isn't Landry Jones a quarterback? Is he Stoops quarterback?
I would actually. I didn't even think about that. Let me see. So Landry Jones is with Dallas, and I think that Landry Jones is Bob Steve's quarterback. So that's a pretty interesting thing there.
That's it, dude. Dallas, the Renegades have a cool logo. That's the coolest logo by far, in my opinion.
Chris Curran says he's only here to trigger Ryan, Baby Yoda. Thanks for the $2. It was well spent.
Let me see here.
I can show it if you want to see.
Open image.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, the Renegades have the coolest logo, and then I'm going to go with the Vipers and then the Dragons. So I like that Renegades logo. That's pretty sweet.
The DC Defenders.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Yeah,
the Guardians are kind of lame too. The St. Louis Battlehawks.
What the fuck is a Battlehawk? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Here, instead of scrolling here, just open mine real quick. Right there. So
there you go.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, so definitely the Dallas Renegades to me have the best logo. Not even close. And then the Vipers and then the Dragons. Everything else to me is fairly generic. This looks like the Atlanta Hawks logo with a sword.
Yeah, it really does.
This looks like
the Houston Oilers.
Houston Oilers, yep. This looks, I don't know what to even think about this, but this looks terribly cheesy. This is pathetic. These two are pathetic and lazy, these logos.
Which ones?
The Wildcats and the Defenders. I'm sorry. I'm here. That's
well,
right.
LA doesn't want to offend anyone with a picture.
Yeah. So what do you guys think is the best logo? What's your favorite in the chat? Let us know. And we've got 85 people watching. Hello, everyone. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the melee button. Share this on social media. We are talking XFL. If you guys are interested in this, now that we have slowly figured out what the fuck the XFL is, we can do a recap tonight after the games. We can give our own. I think we should. I think we definitely should do a recap stream and just kind of
definitely
talk
our feelings.
Yeah.
It could be a comedy stream, or it could be a good job.
We need to get Uche's ass on here too. Is what we need to do. So.
he's be like, XFL. What?
Why don't we lobby to get Uche to go play for one of the XFL teams? That's what we need to do. We need to get Uche to sign with an XFL team.
There you go.
Tampa.
Or he could coach. He could be a coach or something.
Let's see. Kenny, I just saw a super chat.
Kenny Jones for $2. Stoops is also the GM of the Dallas XFL team. So that's very interesting. Landry Jones, Oklahoma, Bob Stoops, Oklahoma, that connection there. Dallas Renegades is going to be interesting. And then another $2 super chat from the Price is Right review. I can't help but laugh my ass off when I see this Battlehawks. Yeah.
Ryan, Alex tweeted a pretty good picture of the whole schedule. It probably fit perfectly on the screen.
Nice.
Maybe.
Well,
I think it's pretty good that these games,
Sir Ruin of House Roundhead just tweeted me this. If you can see that.
Oh.
That's from the field, XFL field right there.
Wow.
Okay.
It looks like a football field.
Yeah, it looks like one. So
it's going to be interesting how many people show up to this. The AAF, they thought a bunch of people were going to show up, and some people did, but it just wasn't enough to keep it going, obviously, for any length of time at all. They really had no money. That was the problem. I don't think that will be a problem. We got another super chat from Matt G, and then I kind of want to go over a couple of the notable coaches and players that will be in this league.
Tim Tebow? Tim
Tebow isn't even good enough for the XFL. Matt, I think he's saying a prayer before the game. Matt G for $10 says, Germani, you should do a video reflecting your failure to keep up with Gary, the new leader. A montage of sad music of you walking around, staring into the ocean, etc. Where did it all go wrong?
I know, it's all downhill from here. It's over with. Got nothing. So
awesome. Thank you, Matt G. Really appreciate that, man. That's funny.
I had nothing to live for anymore. So
he's again, all his money on Gaming with Geeks. That's the
I'm telling you, Drunk 3PO and Ryan are going to pass me soon because the lie is that I've always had this biggest channel, which in reality my channel has like 17,000 subs. Geeks and Gamers is not my channel. It's everyone's channel.
I've completely stalled out. Some views and subs. Yeah, something.
Everybody has except for Gary
and Josiah.
Josiah's got some good traction too. Gary, I think, is paying off YouTube, and I get it. Good on Gary. So
that's the only explanation. Ethan Johansson for another $5. I'd watch an XFL recap stream rather than a G&G's Oscar recap. how many teams they have? Problem with the CFL for me is they don't have enough teams.
That's great.
So XFL right now has 8 teams. They do have an unnamed Team 9 that is basically 40 players that still practice along with and everything to basically for replacement players as people get hurt. As people may move on to other things, they have another team that has been practicing so they can plug people along like that. But yeah, they have room to expand. That's something they want to do, but obviously we're going to see what happens. Now, a couple of the coaches. So I'll list the head coaches. For the Renegades, you have Bob Stoops. The Houston Roughnecks, June Jones, who I think used to coach at Hawaii, if I remember right.
I know that name.
The LA Wildcats, Winston Moss. I know he's a former player. I don't know how much coaching experience he has.
Yeah.
Jim Zorn, we saw him coach the Redskins for a while.
Wow.
Former quarterback in the NFL. So that's, they have some legit people here. DC Defenders, Pep Hamilton, who I
don't know that name.
Now, Pep Hamilton, I think, was at Stanford. And then I think he was maybe he was the offensive coordinator with the Colts for a while once they got Andrew Luck, if I recall. Kevin Gilbride, I think I don't know if he was a head coach. I know he's been an assistant a long time, worked with Tom Coughlin a lot. Jonathan Hayes, I think he was a guy with the Bengals for a while. I think I know he played. And then Mark Trestman, who used to be the head coach for a long time in the CFL. And he was obviously head coach of my Chicago Bears. And he was fucking awful. He was trash. He was garbage.
Coming out of the gate, Dallas has the best logo. They got the best coach and the most notable quarterback. I'm not saying Landry Jones is the best quarterback. He's the only one. Is he the only one we know? Is he the most? Is that the most prominent name? at the quarterback position.
So you got 4 pretty big quarterbacks. You've got Landry Jones, who's playing for Dallas. You got Cardale Jones, former Ohio State national champion.
Don't fucking remind me.
And he's with the DC Defenders or whatever they are. Matt McGloin, who played for the Raiders for a while, has been around in the NFL.
He's also a writer for Cosmic Book News, right?
That's true. He's the one that said no one's going to Birds of Prey. Matt McGloin was right, everyone. And then Josh Johnson, another journeyman quarterback, is going to be playing for the Los Angeles Wildcats. So there are some names, at least that you've heard of. It's not like all no-name guys.
Whoops. I'm trying to turn on my TV, get ready for this game.
Yeah. First game is on ABC. Is that when it's on?
I thought it was Fox.
I know there's some on Fox. And that's the thing with these two. They're all on like big network TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like the XFL that was, or not, God, the AAF, which was maybe on some local stations. This one's going to be broadcast nationally. So I think that's pretty cool. I think what a lot of people would like to see them do is expand to places that don't have NFL teams. Because I know places like here in San Diego, so many people
ABC.
went all in.
ABC.
Nice. So many people went all in on the AAF when it came here just to have it be fucking like annihilated 3 years. They bought there's so many people walking around with San Diego Fleet shirts and hats because they wanted something after the Chargers left. And to just have another third team in LA, a third team that LA doesn't want, like what's the point of that?
Bring in Tebow, bring in Manziel, bring in RG3. I mean, I'm not bullshitting. I mean, you bring those names in, you're gonna get people interested. You know what I mean? You really are. That would put some asses in seats up front. And I don't know why at least one of those players isn't involved, but yeah.
Well, the problem is the money. So right now, all AAF players are going to be making around $50,000, maybe a little more for an 8-game season. Now with the
XFL?
Yes, with the XFL.
Sorry.
But with quarterbacks, there's a little bit of difference. Quarterbacks with some incentives and things like that do have the capability to make up to $500,000. But when you look at the NFL minimum, guys are getting paid that much as it is in the NFL. So why would they want to go to the XFL to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Andrew Blake is right. I forget RG3 is a backup in Baltimore. Isn't it Baltimore where he's at? Yeah. So
yeah, he's with a slightly better version of himself, Lamar Jackson.
Manziel already commented that he doesn't want to play for a league that will fold.
He'd rather play in a league that he's just not good enough for, the CFL.
Yeah. Johnny Manziel's an idiot, though. He really is. So, but yeah, I mean, there are some still pretty decent. I mean, I know Tim Tebow's not going to go to the XFL. That's just not his thing. He's too busy. Does he still play baseball?
I don't know. I think it doesn't even matter because he's not any good.
Oh man, Tebow's awesome.
It's about it.
He couldn't play in the XFL. It's he played maybe in the GFL, something a little more family friendly, not X-rated for Tim Tebow. Yeah, he's still busy trying to make the Mets baseball team. He's still busy hitting 200 and having his swing looks exactly like his throwing motion, slow as shit. That's why Tim Tebow. All right,
you're losing viewers because you're talking bad about the greatness of Tim Tebow. Leave it alone.
No, it's probably because you brought it up in the first place. But anyway, the game is about to start. Some people are saying Fox. Some people are saying
it's ABC.
ABC.
It is ABC.
Okay, because I have it on and they're not showing anything yet. So.
No, it's not. It's not on yet. It's literally. It's like there was some kind of snowboarding thing or skiing thing on. So.
Yeah, so we'll see, guys. They're gonna have things like a running. They're gonna have things like a running clock until the last 2 minutes of the half to try to speed the game up a little bit. So when players go out of bounds, no clock stoppage, incomplete, no clock stoppage, as far as I know. It's gonna be a little bit different. So we'll see what happens.
It's going to be fun. But we will be back later tonight to do our recap. And we got one more Super Chat. And we thank you all for the support, the Super Chats, liking the video, watching these videos, sharing on social media. It means the world. We're trying to develop Sports Wars, and all the support is appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So another $5 from Ethan Johansson. A lot of small cities with college stadiums not being used any other times of the year. Just have contracts with the colleges. Hashtag bring one to Fargo. There you go.
All right, there's Cardell Jones suiting up. I'm getting kind of hyped now. I'm ready.
Cardell Jones wearing red. He looks fat, though, still. So I don't know how well that bodes for him. Him and Zion must have the same diet.
The Dragons look like the Miami Hurricanes. So
there's actually a lot of people that showing on the.
Yeah.
We'll see. Right. Is Pep Hamilton getting them all riled up?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, you should get Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights. If Coach Taylor could come in there and hype up one of these teams, that would Kyle Chandler, the great Kyle Chandler. Be awesome. So,
wow, you're right. Dragons look like the Miami Hurricanes.
They do. These players do not look like they're in great shape. They just don't. They don't.
They're a little chubby there.
Well, they've got some decent players on there, like names you've actually heard at least. So like Lance Dunbar, former Dallas Cowboys running back, is playing for Dallas. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be at least 30 though. Sammy Coates is playing for Houston, the wide receiver. Keenan Reynolds is playing for Seattle, wide receiver. Will Sutton, out of the league, playing for Seattle now.
But you think some of these players might feel this could be their ticket to the big dance?
Yes, 100%.
Like they're gonna go all out because they know like this could be something big for them and their family.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Go watch ABC, watch the kickoff, try to learn some names you've never heard before. Maybe if it just goes poorly, Vince McMahon will just run out and starting crazy shit because he's like, oh, let's just go back to the old ways. You never know what'll happen because this is the XFL. All right, guys. Well, Jeremy Drunk, thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to take this stream off here and watch some football after the NFL.
All right, everybody.
All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.